Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Neha and today finally we are on a 7th day of our Chakrasana challenge. Before we talk about it or start practicing, I want you to subscribe my channel and click a bell icon right next to it. Also you can follow me on Instagram with the ID of Yoga for Cure. Alright. So last 6 days we have worked on certain direction, right? We wanted to reach Chakrasana. So this is majorly for those who are struggling to understand how to practice Chakrasana. So let us divide our practice into two. If you want to achieve Chakrasana, let us practice first part as a preparatory posture. You are preparing yourself, you are gaining that flexibility and the strength and the mobility to reach Chakrasana. And in the second part, we will understand the small details, what mistakes you've been doing generally because of which you are not able to do Chakrasana. All right. Okay. So make sure that before you try out today's session, you have to complete day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, which is very important, which is going to give you a bit of relaxation to your spine with the twisting, and day 6. So we are done with all these preparatory postures. During these days, if you find anywhere that you are stuck, if you feel like you are very tired or you are not able to do certain posture, you find a difficulty, stop this practice, do the repetition few more times, make sure that you cross all the asanas, make sure that you are able to do all the asanas which we have done last 6 days, and then you practice day 7th. Okay, because today we are not going to do any preparatory posture, we are going to understand how to practice Chakrasana. If either you will do Chakrasana today or you will understand why you are not able to do Chakrasana, you will have a clarity that where you have to work on, and then maybe if you work on yourself, you will be able to reach there. All right, let's get started. So as we have discussed in last 7 days, Chakrasana involves majorly your spine. Okay, say if your spine flexibility is completely amazing, okay, say you're able to do Dhanurasana very comfortably, if you're able to practice Ustrasana very comfortably, if you're able to practice Bhujangasana very comfortably, that means you have good spine flexibility to come to Chakrasana. So quickly we'll see in Dhanurasana, if you're able to bend your ankle, thighs and hold your ankle, and if you're able to lift your thighs and chest completely off the mat with the help of your spine, something like this. Which is a deep back bend, slowly come down. This is a first cross check for you to know your spine flexibility. Okay, if you find any tightness in your spine, you have to work on it. Second one, lie down on the stomach. This is just for your reference to know whether your spine is ready for Chakrasana or not. Toe pointing out. Now from here, shoulders in. You're going to lift your chest completely up. You're going to push your palm, push the floor away from you. You're going to lift your spine up. Your hands are extremely straight. If you are like here, or if you are lifting your thighs off the mat because you are not able to create an arch, that means you have to still work on your spine. After each deep back bend, I am taking a child posture break because that's again very important. You need to relax your spine before you jump into another. The last check. Keeping your both the hands on your waist, toe tucked in or tucked back. Okay, I'm lifting my right hand up with the inhalation, pushing my stomach out. I'm holding my ankle, dropping my shoulder out, lifting my left hand up. Look at the mobility of my hand also, because that's also going to play a major role, and open up your chest. Your ankle and your chest shoulder should be in one straight line, and relax. Drop your head down. Now if you're able to do these posture, at least if you're able to do any these two postures very comfortably, that means you are ready for Chakrasana from your spine. Okay. Now, what are other aspects which you have to know when you want to practice Chakrasana? That is your shoulder mobility and your arm strength. Okay. Shoulder mobility you will get to know when you practice Ustrasana, like inhaling up and try to move. You can see the hand rotation, right? Some people can do better than this, but I am able to do this much. Lifting my hand up and try to rotate big circle without me turning back. Okay, and down. Same thing goes the other way around. Inhaling up, look at the mobility. You're able to rotate because you're going to keep your hands opposite, right? So if you have a good mobility, it will help you to lift your chest off the mat. Now, third one, the most important aspect, your shoulder as well as your arm strength. Now I see most of the people who have a flexible spine, still they are not able to do Chakrasana, they are not able to lift themselves up. The problem is with their arms, that is the reason they are not able to do it. Now, how is your hand direction when you want to practice Chakrasana? So when you are lying down on the mat, your spine will be completely relaxing on the floor, and you are going to keep your both the palm facing in next to the ears. Okay, your posture is going to be something like this. Now, one common mistake which generally people do without the right guidance, they tend to push their elbow out. Okay, so generally when you lift your hands up, when you place your palm down, right, you tend to move your both the elbows out, which you have to avoid. So make sure that your shoulder and your elbow is going to be in one straight line and it is not going away, because if it is going away, then you don't have any balance to lift yourself up. You have to consider like it's a table, and your hands as well as your legs going to act like both the legs of the tabletop. Okay. Now, say when you're lying down on your back, you're going to lift yourself up, right? That is something like this. Say you are in Ashtanga, from here you should be able to lift yourself completely up. From here you can see once again, going down is not that important because that is still okay, most of the people can do it. But what is the important part? To lift and come up, because very similar thing you are going to try when you are lying down on the floor. You are going to push the floor away to lift yourself up. If from here, from Ashtanga, if you are able to lift yourself up very comfortably, that means you are ready for Chakrasana practice. So now you know these three elements, right? Your shoulder movement, your arm strength as well as your spine flexibility. Now we have learnt one by one how to check whether you are ready for it or not. Remember, if you are not ready in any of these, kindly take a break, practice some more in the direction wherever you think your body part is weak, or if your arms are weak or your shoulders are weak or your spine is weak, work on it. Once you feel better, just come back to day 7, just see if you are able to do all this asana. If you are able to do all this asana, then you are ready for Chakrasana. Now let's practice. Those who think who can practice all these asanas which I have mentioned, you can directly come to Chakrasana. Now you are going to lie down on your back, you are going to drop your spine completely relaxed. Now don't keep your heels together, keep them slightly apart. So your heel should be hip width apart, and your heel and your knee should be in a straight line. So don't keep it forward, or don't keep it like too closer to the hip as if it's your heel is getting very closer to the hip. Try to keep it slightly away. So this is the lower body condition. Now the upper body, your shoulder is relaxed. You're going to keep your palm inside. Now remember your elbow. Both the elbow should be parallel to each other. You should not go wide. Okay, you should be inside. Now there are two parts. One is lifting your lower body and lifting your upper body. If you have a spine flexibility, you can easily lift your lower body up. The challenge comes when you have to push the floor away from you and you have to lift your upper body. Okay. Now practice few times. keeping your hands in right next to the ears. Just lift your hip up exactly the way you practice in bridge posture, Setu Bandhasan. Exhale down. Yesterday we tried, right, if you remember, and if you have practiced, this should be easy. Hip up and down. Last one more time. Hip up, complete arch and down. Okay, so now we're going to get into Chakrasana. Just look at the movement of my shoulder. Now keep your heels firm on the floor. Lift your hip completely up. Now when your hip is completely up, your entire body weight is on your upper part of your shoulder. If you can observe, see, my hands are up, your entire body is on the shoulder blade as well as on my heels. Now place your hands in. Now your arm strength is going to lift you up. From here, see, my head is still on the floor. From here, slowly lift. If you want, you can drop your head down. This is again intermediate. From here, push and come up. See, you should have this arm strength to lift up. You're going to be here. Initially, you don't have to stay here for long. If you find it too difficult on your spine, you can also keep your legs slightly away just to start with, and then you will know how to keep your hands as well as your legs. Now, when you want to come down, you're going to look up so that you can slowly bend your arms, and you're going to place your shoulder blade first on the floor, exactly the way we have gone up. So just drop your shoulder blade down and slowly drop your hip down, and soon after that you're going to bend your both the knee to the chest, because as I told you, it was a deep back stretch. So you have to round your shoulder and give a bit of a relaxation to the spine, and then sides. This is compulsory again. Alright, so you just saw exactly how to practice Chakrasana. So I've been talking about from last 7 days you're going to practice this. So now you know where are you lacking. If you think your shoulder strength is needed, work on it. Chaduranga, Ashtanga, bit of push-ups and all this will help you. Shoulder mobility, do all the shoulder stretches. Okay, and spine, exactly you know what to do. So last 6 days if you have followed me, then you know exactly everything about Chakrasana. All you have to do is you have to put the bits and pieces. You just have to work, you have to come to a system, and then you have to just practice. If you are not clear, if you have any doubts regarding Chakrasana, you can write it in the comment box. We will surely reply for that. I am sure you will not have any more doubts because I tried to clear all the small points. Even if you have any doubts, you can surely write it to me. You can also write any message if you have in Instagram. Alright. So have a safe practice. Do not force yourself. If you think your spine is stiff, take it easy, because that is more important. Do not injure yourself. If you think your shoulders are tight, go slow. That's fine. Let it take 10 days, 15 days, because once you reach there, you will be happy that you have gone through a healthy practice. Do not hurt yourself. Have a safe practice and stay safe. Also, before you leave, if you think the practice is just over today and what to do tomorrow, we are coming up with new series for next 5 days. This is majorly focused on PCOD, but again this can be practiced by anybody. Even if you have done Chakrasana, if you have any other sequence, you can add this in your regular practice, because this is again yoga, again few yoga sets, kind of vinyasa or something like that, but then anybody can practice, right? It's not like only person who have got PCOD you should practice. But we have just focused a little more the asana which can be useful for them. Also, you can share with everybody who you think need to practice this to get rid of PCOD. Alright, so again I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.